Anyways, there's another important big topic I wanted to talk about with you all, which is my mental state here. I feel as though nobody really talks about their mental state here in Belgium. I want to say not much at all. In America, I'm very used to people being very upfront and honest, and even they tell me a lot. Like, people tell me all the time about their life issues, their life problems. They're very open about it, and mental health is taken very seriously there. I'm not saying it's not taken seriously here, but it's very hush hush here. Like, I've been pretty depressed because of not knowing the language. I've been trying to learn French. I'm taking French classes here. It's just that whenever I tell people I'm depressed, or I'm just sad because I feel excluded, whenever people talk French all the time around me, some people, like a very rare few amount of people, understand, and they're like, okay, I get it, I've been there. But or they just get it, and they're very they're very empathetic, and they listen. And I just want somebody to listen and really try to just be there for me. I don't know, and try to just be more aware of that. But other people also say they understand, or try to say they do, or whatever the case is, and they actually don't. And it happens a lot where I tell people, I'm sad about the situation, and they're like, okay, whatever. And specifically people that know English and French and prefer to go to French while I'm there. So it's very weird. It's a very weird situation, because I don't know if I am loud enough. I don't know what the case is, but obviously I talked to my husband a lot about this, and he says, here it isn't really talked about, mental health, and especially depression or anything. And I know my situation is a little different. I know it's because majority of the language barrier I have that is causing a lot of this mental anguish. But I also feel as though I thought people would have had more empathy. People would understand more. Not even me mentioning it. It's like, I speak also Spanish, so therefore I am very aware of when people speak a lot of Spanish around me and they don't know Spanish, so I try to include them. But here it's not really the case. It's more as you gotta learn the French. The attitude is more like, okay, she's learning French, so let's talk more French around her. But the reality is, I don't know very much French right now. I'm hoping to soon, but it still excludes me to the point where I just walk away. I've walked away a lot of the times in situations, and I didn't know whether to talk about it in the video or not, because it's very heavy and I don't want to cry. But it's very sad. Like, I try to explain to people that I'm very sad in situations. I'm very sad about, obviously, a huge thing is being away from my family, being away from my culture, my country, and being in this new place already is a strain. I already don't know the language. Some people just prefer to speak French anyways. And other people, I'm not saying everybody does this, but some people really do try, even if they don't know any English, which I'm very surprised about. There are a lot of people that I want to commend just because they know, hey, she doesn't know any French, so I'm gonna try to include her in some way. But majority of the time, if you plan to come live in a country where English is not the first language, definitely try to learn the language in advance, because I expected more English, I guess, I expected, I don't know what I expected really. I just hoped for more empathy, I guess, and I didn't expect the cultural difference that much here in terms of mental illnesses or mental struggles, because it's not really talked about, and when it is, it's not really, like, I don't know. I don't want to expose Belgians or anything, but majority of the time I talk about my state, my mental state. Like, I'm sad, I'm lonely, you know. If I was in America, they'd be like, why are you sad? What's wrong? What's going on? You know? But here, it's like, oh, okay, have you done this and that? Or, hey, oh, I understand. Yeah, it'll be okay later. It's just very, like, underestimated and just swept under the rug a lot, to where it doesn't make me feel comfortable enough to even talk about it anymore, which is really sad. Like, I just don't know. It's just very, very hard for me. It's very hard. And I at least wanted to mention it because I feel as though people should talk about it more, especially here. Like, I don't think, I'm just getting this, this vibe that people here really don't talk about it. And I think people should more. I think it should be like a huge thing. And I don't know. I don't want to be the person that's like, oh yeah, it's all about me. Please, like, talk all English around me. Obviously not. I just wish that there was more discussion around it, I guess. I don't know. It's a huge deal breaker too. It could be, because of just how lonely, like, it can get. So anyways, I know it's such a huge topic, but I just wanted to also let you know that's why I have been away. And I still love Belgium. I still love the people here. I just miss my family, my home, my language. I miss everything about it. And I'm hoping to stay here as long as I can. Hopefully learn French enough to conversate with people more. I don't want to write people off just because they just, want to talk French, obviously. But it's just hard. Hello! I kind of wanted to do a update within an update. Basically, letting you guys know how I am right now. I didn't want to leave in a sad note because I'm actually surprisingly doing very well now. Like, I managed to get out of this situation of me being depressed, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, like the depression state. And I just wanted to comment on a couple of things. I felt as though my perspective was distorted because I was grouping everybody, all the Belgians, in like this circle and thinking like they all think the same, when in reality they don't. They were just, there were a few people, like including my husband's parents, that were extremely generous and kind and tried to understand me, but I don't know why, I felt like I wasn't being heard enough. And I put a lot of expectations on people. Like, I understand now that putting that on a person, letting them know like, hey, I'm depressed, and just having a, letting them have their own opinion about it is also kind of strange if the person doesn't even want to talk about it, So I understand now that it was kind of not my fault, but like my bad for assuming, a lot from people. I was expecting a lot from people, and basically I feel like now I've learned from it, and continuing to learn from it. I don't think, all of these Belgian people think the same way, even though I kind of like was insinuating that before, because I rewatched it, and it breaks my heart that I was going through this, and I was just feeling like I needed, some kind of attention for my mental state. And even though I didn't expect the outcome of what happened whenever I got here, I also feel like that's part of,
growing and learning, and I feel great now. I just wanted to update, like, I feel fine. I'm not depressed anymore. Thankfully, I was able to overcome, and I'm hoping that anybody that struggles out there is able to talk more about it, because I don't regret what I said. Because at the time I was hurting and I was just expressing those feelings, and I'm just learning from them, you know. But other than that, there's gonna be more videos coming soon. I took a long break, as you can see. Like, obviously there wasn't like a 3 month span, it was like a 6 month span that I'm just now, I think, uploading. So I'll keep you guys updated with everything, and thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.